So welcome back, guys. Welcome to the Full Power Automate course session 6. In this session, we're going to see how to do folder automation. Again, my name is Kranthi. If you're looking for any work related to your business, or if you're looking for training, industrial training, please contact me from the LinkedIn link in the description below. I will try to respond as much as I can. And please, if you haven't watched the previous sessions, please go back to my previous recordings and try to watch those sessions before we're gonna look into this session, because it's a continuation from previous sessions. So if you are missing anything, if you have any questions in the previous sessions as well, please mention in the comments below. I will try to answer as much as I can. All right, so let's go into this session. So this session, we're going to talk about folders automation. So we have this section here called folder. You also see files. Files is coming up next. I want to deal with folders in this section before we go to files. So to do folders automation, to read anything from folders, to get any information from folders, we use these controls here. So we have multiple controls here, options. We're going to see each and every option. But first, let's get into get files in folder option. So we need to drag and drop that option here. And when you drag and drop, this option selection panel going to come up. So you need to select what folder you're working at, and then filter if you have any specific files you're looking for. Let's say it's txt, or you're looking something for Excel files. You can add filters here. Right now, I'm adding star, which means everything in that folder. So this option here includes subfolders. Either we can use this, or there's another option to get subfolders. So we will also look into that. And then once you expand advanced, there is option to sort by. If you want to sort based on options, you can do that. Descending, so sort by default, if you're not selecting descending, it's ascending order. So you can do sort on two different options. So if you are selecting file name here, you can then say directory name, or then size, or extension, or last modified, or last accessed. So we're just gonna see how this result's going to display, and as always, the variable which this option is going to create is files. I don't have a prefix for it. Let's just use the default one. So once I get the files from there, I'm going to display the name of the file in here. So if you expand files, you can get either count or files from that. So I'm going to just display the name of the files here and save it and run it. Let's see what it's going to do. So I only have 3 files there. One is a blank Excel, another is a zip file, and another is text. All right, so here we blindly getting this folder here. So what happens if this folder is not there? So I'm going to move that folder out of that location and see what it's going to do. I just moved it out, and then save, and then run. So you see that it says doesn't exist. So to avoid this, we're gonna use if condition to check if a folder exists. So exist, again, I'm gonna copy this path, and then if folder exists, so I'm reading, so even I will display only if the folder exists. So I'm reading files from this folder only if the folder exists, and then display those files. So it's a good way to avoid any exceptions if you are getting it in a project. So let's run this and see. So nothing's came up. So if you see here, the files are empty. That's because the folder doesn't exist. So I'm going to move this folder back again into documents, and then run one more time. Now you can see files which are there in that folder is showing up. Okay, so now get subfolders in the file. So we don't have any subfolders right now. So I'm going to create some subfolders here. So I'm creating a new folder called test subfolders. So I created two subfolders on my local drive, and then check this option. So folder, again, I'm going to get. So I'm giving the parent option and asking to get all the subfolders from there. So instead of, I'm going to disable this. And then instead of getting files, I'm going to get folders now. So when I run it, so you will see these two folders within the parent folder, test folder, right? Okay, so now I want to check if this folder exists. So I'm disabling this. So I'm moving this test folder out of the documents, and then create another one. So create a new folder, right? So I'm going to check if this folder exists. If it's not, then create. So create new folder into documents, and then the folder name is going to be test documents. So to do, again, to display that, get files in folder. I'm not going to create any folder, but let's run this. I'm going to activate this, enable action, and then save, and then run one more time. Let's see what it's going to show. All right, so there's nothing to display. That's why it's not doing anything. So to show if that folder is created or not, I'm going to bring my documents. So here in documents, it created test folder again, right? Okay. Now I'm going to delete that same folder. So before we delete, we need to check if that folder exists, and then drag this folder in there. Again, get, so I'm going to copy this. So delete that folder if it's exist, and then save, and then run again. I'm going to bring up my documents page again. So nothing's been, so the folder which we had previously got deleted. This folder is empty. So again, we want to keep, so I'm not going to perform this because I have files in my documents to show this. But to empty the folder completely, we have to create, or I can show it. That's, so I'm going to create another documents within documents. Let me create a couple of files right now. Okay, so I have a couple of files. Okay, so I have a couple of files here in this another folder. And then if I say empty folder, so before I do that, I'm going to check again, delete it if only that folder exists. So empty folders is going to empty the entire folder, but keep the parent folder. So before delete folder, it's going to delete the complete folder without keeping the parent folder, right? So empty folder is going to create that empty folder. Sorry, delete, it's going to empty the entire folder. So if I get back to that one more time, you will see. So now the folder files, those two files I created are gone. So if you want to see it one more time, I'm going to create another folder, another file one more time, and then run this, and then bring it back up. Here, it's gone, right? So that's emptying a folder. So copy folder is going to copy one folder to another folder. So I'm going to drag this. So folder you want to copy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this folder into this folder again. So I want to copy this folder into this folder. If folder exists, if this folder already has that folder, don't do anything. So save it and then run. So here, again, documents is copied back into documents again. So if you want to move that folder completely to another location, so copy is going to keep two copies, move, it's going to delete from original location and move to another location. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to move this folder into downloads. So I'm going to create another folder. So I created another test folders in download. So this is a folder here. I created this, and then I'm going to move this documents folder into this. So I'm going to show this one more time just to make sure we don't have that folder. So we don't have documents folder within downloads. So I'm going to move that documents folder within the test folders in downloads. So save it. I have to delete this and then save, run, and move folder. Oh, I think because it's open. So I'm gonna close that documents. All right, so I closed it and run. All right, so now there was no error. Let me bring that folder back up again. So here, so the documents folder has been moved into downloads. Right, if you open it again, there is nothing here. Okay, so we're gonna rename what we moved. So we're gonna rename the documents folder within the documents to something else. So right now, if you see again, so this documents have a document that's not right. So I'm going to change this to personal documents, right? So I'm going to copy this path. Folder to rename is this. New folder name is, instead of documents, I'm writing personal documents. So save it. Save and then run. So it done execution. So if we see this documents, so let me refresh this. So if you see, oops, it's not, oh, probably this is open, that's why. Okay, let me go back one step and then run it one more time. Let's see the results. So here, right? Okay, so there's one more option we have to discuss. So that's get special folders. So special folders will have access to all the special folders within your drive. So which is, again, which is things like local app data, cookies, history, pictures, programs, so on. So these are your special documents. So if you want to see the path of any of the special paths, you don't need to go to the physical path directly and copy the path from there. You can just select an option from here. So for example, if I want to see my history, so it's in see users, my name, app data, right? So that's in history. So if you want to access any of those special folders, you will have an option to do that. All right. So that's it for today's class, guys. We're gonna look into files the next class. I'm also planning to do, so once we complete UI automation, I will also show you a small project, and I will keep creating small projects until we finish and learn the whole Power Automate. So please, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share to your friends. This is going to help me and motivate me a lot to do the future videos. Thank you, guys. See you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.